Now, the project Never Walk Alone has to date successfully delivered 4,890 pairs of shoes in the Hardap, Omaheke, Erongo and Kavango East regions. Founder and CEO of the project, Team Ekandjo, says that there are still over 70,000 children in Namibia walking to school barefoot. Now, in order to further raise these funds, the project has embarked on a fundraising initiative titled the NWA, also the Namibia Catchweight title. Now, all proceeds are raised through this event that will go towards helping more disadvantaged children who are unable to afford a pair of shoes. We are now joined by Team Ekandjo, who is the CEO and founder of the project, as well as one of the Namibia's most celebrated artists, King TD, to talk to us about the upcoming event. Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening.
Let me start with you, Mr. Tim. Since inception of this year, the NWA has traveled across Namibia. We've seen over social media and all other media platforms, and it really fit deserving souls of, children, school shoes and whatnot. But just tell us, how impactful has the journey been since the inception of this project?
It's been a very humbling journey. We've been to 4 regions so far. Traveled 3,895 kilometers to date. Just found out that our country is so vast. The distances that you have to travel is very, very far. But we have a philosophy at Project Never Walk Alone. We don't want to pack shoes in a box and send them. We want to go there, make sure we put and fit them on every child's feet, and talk to the kids as well. It gives us a great opportunity. The feedback, we've always had a few things in mind in terms of impact. It's really making sure that the kids go to school on a regular basis, because mostly you find that you have 1 pair of shoes and you have 5 kids in the family, and 1 kid would go to school and then the next day the next kid. So we really wanted to make sure that all the kids go to school on a regular basis all the time, and that they get there safely. So the impact from the teachers in the regions we've already been to has been phenomenal. The confidence of the kids have gone up tremendously. We've seen a lot of kids in the past who did not come to school now attending school and doing well at school. We don't want to be naive and say that a pair of shoes is going to erase all the problems, because there's still other problems within those families. But what it does is that it raises their confidence, and it makes sure that we create a new sense of hope in the minds of these kids.
Just tell us a bit on how you identify, we have mentioned a few figures of how many children are still, going to school barefoot or walking barefoot rather. How did you identify these figures of the children without shoes?
So the 70,000 children that we have on the database is currently school-going kids. We obviously have an agreement with the Ministry of Education. What we have then done, they've given us access to all the regional education directors within the regions. All the regional education directors would go to every school in their region and say to the teachers, only identify those kids who do not have a pair of shoe or whose parents cannot afford one. So that's the sort of numbers that we have on the database. We've also most recently included all the kids in the early childhood development centers, which sort of brought the numbers up to about 80,000 at the moment. But you should then realize that that's not all. Remember, this is not a school project, school shoe project. It's a shoe for life. If you walk or drive around every town in the country, you'll see a lot of street kids also do not have pairs of shoes. So those numbers have not been added yet. So we're looking at well over 120,000 if you have to take all of them into consideration. But we are prioritizing those who are going to school, because those kids have to walk long distances on a daily basis, going and coming back. So that's our priority at the moment. But we'll expand it to every Namibian who do not have a pair of shoes.
Interesting. Thank you so much for that. King TD, you have always been having like this keen interest of, giving back to the community. For this project specifically, how does it feel to be part of this initiative?
I feel great to see when Mr. Steve approached me with that idea. I couldn't say no to it. I couldn't say no to it. I've been to school when I was a little kid. When I was in high school, I've seen a lot of people. Luckily, me, I had shoes. You see, I've seen a lot of people that have been bullied, because you don't have shoes or your shoes are torn. People laugh at you. that makes one not to attend classes. It makes one not to attend classes because they have been bullied. So for me, with my influence, I felt like, okay, let me just come in and be part of this great project. And yeah.
That's great. Now, Mr. Tim, you know, the project has been raising funds through various means to meet its purpose. And of course, they're planning on having one in about 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Just tell us about that exactly. And also, if you can just help us understand what the word Catchweight also means.
Yeah, so what we do is we want to go to a new region after every second month. The reason why we do that is because the month in between we want to give Shilongo Leather enough time to make the shoes for the next region. It takes about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, depending on the numbers. Right. And that's why we go to a region every second month. Catchweight, before I get to the Catchweight title, we obviously depend solely on donor funding, but we don't just want to sit back and ask and beg corporates or individuals for funding. We do a lot of fundraising initiatives as well. Last year we had a huge gala dinner. We had cell phone competitions, and now we decided to take it a step further in terms of the Catchweight title. So Catchweight in boxing means that you know, boxing has different weight classes, yes, from mini fly to all the way to heavyweight. Catchweight simply means that you come in with whatever weight you have, and both boxers, of course, have to agree to it. So that's basically what it means.
Amazing. Yeah. King Tidi, what do you think of the whole idea of bringing up boxing as a way to build this campaign?
No, it's a great idea. I think and nowadays entertainment have shifted now to boxing. If you see in other countries, celebrities now are getting involved in boxing. I would say if it was a music, I think people are tired of music now because it's just an everyday thing, right, and the same songs. You know, people also will be want to be entertained. You know, something that I've never done before. I think also team have never done that before. So to me, it's a great idea. You know, I think it will pull in numbers. And if you haven't got yours now, we're about to sell out. Get yours now. Great
stuff. Now, Tim, why did you choose for boxing as a way of raising funds and not some other, you know, sport code?
I think it's the #1 sports code in the country. Not I think, I know. It generates a lot of interest. Mm-hmm. And of course, people would want to see me getting beaten up by so that those memes or memes can be all over social media. Okay. I think that generates a lot of interest.
Don't worry, I feel sorry for you.
That's some great confidence from King right there.
It generates it generates a lot of interest. People don't want to just give their money. They don't want to part with their money. Yeah. But if you say to them, listen, here's something exciting, by the way, we're giving you A, B, and C in terms of entertainment, then they say, yes, let's invest in the project. Yeah. At the end of the day, it all goes to the project, to our core objective, which is making sure that every barefooted kid in the country has a pair of shoes. And of course, there's a great lineup of entertainment, including Master KG. King Tidi said he was going to be
if I win, I'll
unsketched.
If he wins, he performs.
Unsketched, or if he wins.
Will he be too unhappy to perform, perhaps? Is that if he loses the game?
If I'm beaten, you know, I have to...
That'll be easier.
All right. The fight is obviously 3 months away. How are preparations going so far?
I think both of us just started training. It's going quite well, but there's still a long way to go.
3 months to go.
3 months to be exact. Yeah, it's very scary. It's something that I have never done before. King Tidi has never done that in his life before. So it's going to be quite a challenge. But I think that is what life is all about, doing something you have never done before for the person next.
It's exciting. Even like for me, it excites me. You know, I've been doing music for a long time, for 20 years. Mm-hmm. And now getting into boxing, it excites me like...
Okay. Tim also just mentioned a few artists that we can't, that are also going to be performing.
Including me when I win, yeah.
Including you if you win. Just tell us, who are some of the other artists that maybe Namibians can look out for?
We've got a lot of artists. We've got Tatebuti, we've got Gaza, we've got DJ Vuyo, we've got Top Cherry, we've got Manebe. It's a lot of artists. I think the posters, the posters already, if you can go on my social media pages, all the artists that are performing are on my...
Right.
It's only me that's not there.
But obviously there is still space for you
because the
there.
big man doesn't want me.
Quite interesting. Okay, now just tell us, Tim, when and where is this event taking place, and what can the public look out for?
15th October, 2022 at the Window Country Club. We've made available about 50 VIP tickets. 30 of them are already gone. Still only 20 VIP tickets left, and then of course we've made available quite a few premium tickets going for 500 Namibian dollars. Starting at exactly 18 hours. We're not sure whether it's going to be live yet, because we want people to pay top dollar to see this fight live. And that's basically, they can buy their tickets at web tickets, or they can call the Project Never Walk Alone officers if they want to deal with us directly.
Awesome. Yeah. That's good. King Tidi, how do you encourage other corporates, because we know that there are obviously some corporates that are on board for this project, and personalities as well. So how do you inform them or encourage them to be part of this initiative?
Sorry. First of all, let me just I thank the sponsors that are already on board, which is Standard Bank,
Red Debt Management, Red Force,
Red Force Management, and
CSS Tactical Solutions.
Big ups to them. I think Tim have said already everything. The project, what the project is for. I think there's a lot of companies there that have got social responsibility budgets, and why can't you move that budget over here? It will benefit somebody that is really in need of. Yeah. Right.
All right, Tim, are we expecting the project to end anytime soon after the boxing has ended?
No, not at all. We still have a long way to go. If you look at our project plan, based on the sort of level of funding that's coming in, also in terms of its frequency, we're looking at about 5 years to cover about 100,000 pairs of shoes. The sooner we get the money, obviously we will be able to shorten it. But also, just quickly, one of the ways that individuals can contribute is decide to, whether it's a $5, $1 Namibian dollars, or 10 Namibian dollars on a monthly basis, and you commit that to the project. If you collectively take 50,000 people together, it makes a great impact. So people shouldn't always think about, what I'm willing to contribute is too small.
And how can they make those contributions?
They can call our offices. We have numbers on our website, and then they can basically organize that with us. And whether it is a debit order, or whether they just want to do that manually on a monthly basis. Right. But everybody's welcome to contribute.
All right. Your final remarks this evening?
Well, we're looking forward to the 15th of October. I think the real winner there is going to be barefooted kids. We're trying to raise as much money as we can. After this, we want to go to Oshana with 2,000 pairs of shoes. Mm-hmm. And then we want to do at least 2 or 3 regions after we're done. So it's everything that is going to happen there. Every cent goes towards the project.
Right. King Tidi, your final remarks this evening?
Yeah, I just want to say the tickets are out. As you heard from Tim, we only have few VIP tickets. So if you want to be VIP and sit next to and can watch the game nicely, go to Web Ticket. We're encouraging a lot of, everybody just to buy tickets. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think me and Tim we're gonna sit. We're gonna, because the project is very great. For us, what we're gonna do from our side is in Mshasho. We're going to try everybody that's buying a T-shirt, any product of Mshasho. We're going to have a percentage that's going to this project. Yeah, so
and one of the other ways that also going to generate money for the project, PSD Bet has decided to put up King Tidi versus myself. So every Namibian could go on and bet, and all the proceeds will come to the project.
So if you put your money on Tim,
and of course, he's the huge favorite under underdog. So. But we'll see how it
unfolds eventually. Gentlemen, thank you so much for making the time to talk to us about